Welcome to class 17 of Java. In this class we are going to understand about looping statements. What purpose looping statements we use? Generally in the program any statement will execute only one time. I repeat, in the program any statement execute only one time. Let me show you this one practically please. This is a program. Here I am going to explain one program. Okay, let me change this code and show you what is happening. Suppose I write system dot or I say sysout. Sysout. I say here what we call as my name. I am going to type here Mallikarjun. Mallikarjun. Let's say that my name is Mallikarjun. Mallikarjun. Right. This is what the name I am typing. So when I run this program, what is the output I am getting? I am getting what? The Mallikarjun only one time. See, this is what the output I got, Mallikarjun one time. So because this statement is executing only one time in the program. So how to execute this particular statement multiple times? Multiple times how can we execute? If you want to execute multiple times, then you have to write that one multiple times like this. Then the program will execute what? Mallikarjun will be printed what? 3 times. But what is the drawback is this is what? Duplication of code. So there will be what? The duplication of code. So it is getting the output, no problem, but you are writing the same statement repeatedly for 3 times, which is wastage of time and is a duplication of code. How you are going to overcome this particular problem? This problem you can overcome by using what? Looping statements. By using looping statements. That is what I am explaining. Looping statements are used to execute statements or instructions repeatedly more than once. Let us understand here. For example, examples of looping statements are for, while and what? Do while. So for loop syntax we are going to understand. For loop syntax. See, for inside this parenthesis, what we are doing is we are giving 3 things: start, stop and step. Start, semicolon, stop, semicolon and step. And in the flower base, this flower base is nothing but one block. This flower base is nothing but block. Which block it is? For loop block. In this for loop we write what? Statements. So any statements that you want to execute repeatedly, that statements you have to write in the for loop. So these statements are going to be executed repeatedly. Now what do you mean by this particular thing? Let me explain here. What is start, stop, step? That we have to understand first of all. What do you mean by start? What do you mean by stop? Start, stop. And next one is what? Step. What is that? Is step. Right. What are these 3 things? First of all, start. I am going to give the start. So for example, let me tell you here. Sorry, here it is there. Then I am going to open the board. In this board I am going to explain what is the start, stop, step. So let me tell you please here. Suppose the sequence of numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10 is there. This is what one sequence of number. So how we are going to specify start, stop and step here? 1 is nothing but start. Now this particular thing is stop, means at 10 it should stop. This is start value, stop value. And this one is, this particular thing is step 1. This is what? Plus 1. Step is what? Plus 1. Plus 1 is the step. See here. What do you mean by that? 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So always plus 1 it is incrementing by incrementing. That is why we call it as step 1. This is the first one. Suppose I'll give here number 2. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, like this I go up to 1. In this case, what is the start here? It is start is what is the start please? Start will be 10 and stop will be 1. At 1 it should stop. Then how much the step is? The step is minus 1. Minus 1 is the step. See, 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. This is what we call as step. Number 3 I am going to explain. Let us understand here. Let me say that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What the start is? Start is 2 and here stop is what? 10 and the step is how much please? Plus 2. So like this we can specify the start, stop and what? step. Is it okay? Right? Fine. Now I am going to show the same thing here. Okay, start, stop, step. You understood? Okay. So these start, stop, step should be given in the for loop. Start, step, stop, step, and you have to give semicolons in between them. Okay, and whatever the statement that you want to execute, that statement you have to put over here. Fine. So how does this particular for loop is going to run? Now this is what I am going to explain. Please try to understand this particular thing now. Okay. So let me show you the execution of the for loop. Please try to understand this one. So how does this for loop is going to execute? Whenever the for loop starts execution, the first part that is going to be executed is what? Start. Okay, start, because it should start from the start point. Okay, it should begin from the start point, that is what? Start will be executed. Then after it will check the stop condition. Okay, then it will stop condition. So just wait, because this screen is gone. Okay, let us now continue, please. So when a for loop, so I am going to explain about what the for, how does the for loop runs in the program. Okay, the syntax, how it will work, that is what I am explaining now. Whenever a for loop starts execution, the first part that is going to be executed is what? Start part. Okay, after the start execution, now it is going to check the stop condition. If the condition is true, it enters into the for loop where the statements will execute first time. After executing all the statements, when it reaches to the end of the for loop, then it will go back to the step. When the after step is executed, again it will check the condition. If the condition is again true, okay, it enters into the for loop where the statements will execute the second time. Then at the end of the for loop, again it will go back to what? Step. After step, the next part that is going to be executed is what? Condition, stop condition. If the stop condition is true, again it enters into the for loop where the statements will be executed for third time. This will be a continuous process. Okay, when it is going to stop, this particular loop. Okay, when this particular condition becomes false, then only the loop will be terminated or come out of the for loop. So when the condition becomes false, then only it will terminate, otherwise it will not terminate. Like this, the for loop is going to execute continuously like a loop. Loop means circle. Like this, it is going to form the circle. So for is going to form a circle, and in the circle, whatever the statements that you write, that statements will execute number of times. The statements will be executed number of times present okay, in the for loop. Understood now? So this is what. So for loop is going to form a cycle. So this is what the cycle. So like this, it is forming the cycle. So how many number of cycles it should be executed means that depends upon the start and stop and step values. Okay. So let me execute this particular program. Okay, we'll write some programs on this particular thing and we will check. Okay, so fine. So this start stop I am going to remove here and I am going to paste over here. Did you understand the syntax, please? The syntax you remember, please, because this syntax now we are going to use a lot. Okay, let me tell you the first program. Here. What I would like to do here, it is, let me write the program here. So here I write, in this only I write the program, please. Okay, right. So let us see the first program that I am going to write better. Let me take another project. Okay, you can also understand file, new, and go to what? Others. Okay, others. Okay, others. Then select the Java project. Next. So here I am going to take the project like what? Looping. Okay, looping statements is my project name. And please uncheck this particular checkbox. Don't select this checkbox. Uncheck this checkbox and click on finish. Okay, then no, perspectives no. So one project is created for you. Okay, this is what looping statements project is created. Now in the project, right click on the src, go to the new, and here what? Class. So first one is okay, for loop 1. I am taking for loop 1 and select the public static void main and finish. Now you got one program. Here I got a program, right? Let me close this one, this minimize it. Okay, fine. Now here I am going to write the code. what type of code I want to write. So print okay, print v Malik print some name for 10 times. For 10 times we have to print the name. What is the name? Just now we have seen that name is my name. I am going to write like Mallikarjun. Okay, Mallikarjun. This name I want to print for 10 times. Okay. So generally how to do that one means you have to form a loop now. Now what you do is please now create a loop. Create a loop to run for what? 10 times. Okay, 10 times. What is that? Let me show you here please. Once again, let me show you here. Let's say that. So 10 times. Okay, what I say? 10 times. Okay, 10 times. What is this 10 times? 10 times means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This 10 times we have to print. What the start is? 1. What the stop is? 10. What is the step is? +1. Okay. So now I am going to run a for loop. I am going to write a for loop. You can see please, I am going to write a for loop. So for the for loop, I take what? I. Why I? I means to represent. See, all these are the numbers, isn't it? All these are the numbers. Therefore, these numbers I am going to store in I. So I will be stored with these particular 10 numbers. So let's say for loop I am going to consider. For start is what? What's the start value is? 1. I is starting at what? 1. Then where it should stop? Where it stop? The stop point is 10. Start is 1. Okay. Stop is 10. 10 means I should be less than is equal to 10. Means I starting from 1. It should end at what? 10 only. See, start at 1. End at what? 10. That is why I am writing the condition I is less than is equal to 10. Now what is the step is? Step is 1. Therefore I can write plus plus. Now this is. Okay. Now this loop is written. This loop runs for, please, runs for 10 times. 10 times it will run. So whichever the statement that you write here, that statement will run for how many times? 10 times. So now I am going to write here my name Mallikarjun. Okay, this is what the statement I am writing. So now if you run this program and you see the output, what the, see the Mallikarjun you got for 10 times. See here I am going to write this is the program output you got here, right? So beside this one I would like to put actually no problem. So let's say okay, let it be. Now this is what the Mallikarjun that I have got it. This is a very simple program. Okay. So how it is running, that is what you have to understand please. How it is running this particular for loop. For loop how it is running, that is what you have to understand. So let me write the for loop here. What I wrote, for I is equal to 1, I is less than is equal to 10, I plus plus. Okay, here I am writing small statement like V Mallikarjun. Okay, Mallik I am writing say Mallik like this. Okay, how this particular for loop runs, that execution process now I am explaining, please try to understand. Okay, first part that is executed is start. Okay, so what is the value of I it is now? So this I value is, first value is I 1. After that we will check the condition. Tell me what is I is? 1. 1 is less than is equal to 10? Yes, true. True means it go into the for loop and prints on the monitor Mallikarjun. So I write just VM. Okay, first time you got it. Once it is end of the for loop, again it will go back to the step. What the step is? I plus plus. I plus plus means 2. Go to the next 2. Then again it will check the condition. What's the condition? See I, what's I is 2. 2 is less than is equal to 10? Yes, true. True means again go into the for loop and print VM second time. Again end of the for loop, again go back to what? Step. Step becomes what? I plus plus. I plus plus means 3. 3 it will become. Again it will check the condition. What's I now? I is equal to 3. 3 is less than is equal to 10. Yes, true. Again go into the for loop and prints what? VM. Like this it will print for how many times? Like this 10 times it will print. And when the step becomes 11, now check the condition. I, what's the value of I is now? 11. 11 is less than is equal to 10. No, false. False. Then your loop will be terminated. Then the loop will be what? Terminated. Okay. This is how your for loop run here. Okay. That is why here we got the output like this. Okay. So let me show print here. That is why we got the output like this. Okay. Right. Suppose if you read a name and print on the monitor for 10 times. Okay. So in that case what we do? Scanner object will create scanner. Okay. Scanner of system.in. means read name and the entered name you have to print on the monitor. Okay, so let me import it. So place the mouse pointer on this red line and you'll get an import statement. Like this you can import it, right? Now read the name and print for 10 times, let's say. That is what the program I'm continuing, string name. So I'm going to say that sys out, okay, enter name, any name that you enter please, okay. Name is equal to sc dot next line, okay, next line. See, this name I am printing over here. See, this name I am going to print, this name I am going to print, that's it. So here it will read a name and that name is printed for how many times? 10 times, because the loop runs for 10 times. Let me run the program, run it. Immediately you get the name. The name is equal to, I may say that India, okay, India printed for 10 times. Okay, like this, any name that you give please, any name that you give, like for example King, you'll get for this particular thing. Okay, so this is a simple program that how to print anything for 10 times, whatever you write here, that will be printed on the monitor. Okay, so this is the first program. Second program I would like to tell you is like this. Okay, now print what 10 to 1 numbers, print what 10 to 1 numbers you have to print now. So question, let me write the question here. Okay, question, let me write. Okay, so that program is what program print 10 to 1 numbers. No, sorry, 1 to 10 numbers. 1 to 10 numbers you have to print on the monitor. Means what is the output that should get please? What is the output that you should get? Yeah, please. Output you should get like this. Like this you should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, like this. Okay, this is the output that you should get it. Now how can we write this particular program? Let us understand please. Let us understand. How can we write this program? Okay, so let me show you here please. Okay, 1 to 10 times. Let us say that here, can I write I? Can I write I? Yes, I can write I, because what is the first value of I is 1. 1 is less than is equal to 10. Yes, true. Go here and prints what? I value 1. Next step is what? I becomes 2. 2 is less than is equal to 10. Yes, true. Enters here, print I 2. Like this it is going to print what? 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, 1 to 10 numbers it is printing. See, 1 to 10 numbers you are getting. Is it okay everybody? Right? So shall I explain this particular thing once again? Let me explain once again please. Let me show you this particular for loop once again. No problem, no issue. Understand carefully. I is less than is equal to 3 I am telling. Okay, not more than 3, only 3. Okay, let's say SOP, let us say I. SOP means system.out.print shortcut. Okay, see how the for loop will work. Let me show you, explain here. What is the initial value of I is? I value is how much please? First value is I value 1. After 1 it will check the condition. What's I is 1. 1 is less than is equal to 3. Yes, true. True means it goes into the for loop and print the I value. What the I value? 1. Once it is end of the for loop, it will go to what? Updation. Sorry, the step. Step becomes what now? I plus plus means 2 it will become. After that it will check the condition. The condition is I value is how much? 2. 2 is less than is equal to 3. Yes, true. True means go into the for loop and print what? I. What's the I value is? 2 it will print. Once it is end of the for loop, again it will check the condition. So it will go to the step. Step is I plus plus. I becomes what? 3. Then check the condition. 3 is less than is equal to 3. Yes, true. True means enters here, print I. What's I is? 3. End of the for loop, again go back to the step. Step I plus plus becomes what? 4. Then check the condition. 4 is less than is equal to 3. No. Now this is false. False means the loop will be terminated, stopped. Okay. So this is how does it is going to work. This is what the output that I am explaining please. So this is the output, the for loop, how it is executing, right? So let me copy this program also. So what I do is let me copy the program. Here I copy paste the program, right? For your purpose I am copy pasting. Okay. Similarly, now you have to print okay, program. What is that is? Print 10 to 1 numbers. 10 to 1 numbers. Okay. 10 to 1 numbers means how you write? Start is how much? What is start? Start is 10. What is the step is? Step is 1. Okay, sorry, stop condition is 1. 10 to 1. Okay, 10 to 1. See here I am going to write 10, 9, 8, 7, like this, go on like this to 1. So start is 10, stop is 1, but the condition is greater than, you have to use. Why? See, first value is greater than the last value. 10 is greater than 1. Simple logic. That is why you have to write I greater than is equal to 1. Then what's the step, please? Step is minus minus. Okay. Then here I value printed. So all these particular 10 to 1 numbers are going to generate in what? I. So I will be produced with what? 10 to 1 numbers. So whatever the value that is present in the I, that I am printing on the monitor. So let me run and see what is the output that I am getting. Okay. So this is what? 10 to 1. Clear? So this is the 10 to 1 program, right? This scanner is not required in this case. So this is the program. I can say copy. Okay. Similarly, now I give some practice questions. You practice. Okay. Practice problems. Let me say one. Print. Okay. 1, 3, 5, 7, up to what? 20. Up to 20. 20 you will not get, but the 20 is the ending point. Print A, B, okay, C, like D, okay, up towards Z. So you have to use ASCII codes, please. ASCII codes you have to use here, okay. How? Okay, you have to do it. You do it, please. ASCII codes. So for example, let me show you. For example, suppose okay, let me tell you otherwise. Okay, what's the ASCII code? Capital A starts with 65. Now where it ends with, please? Where it ends with? 90 is the Z ASCII code. Then I plus plus. So it is going to print here only ASCII codes if you run 65 to 90. Okay, see here you'll get 65 to 90 numbers you are going to get. Okay, so this is what. But I want to print as a character. So you have to convert to character. Typecast it. Typecast the I to character so that it will convert to the character and it will print. So this is what you have to do it, please, right? This is. So this is left to you. And remember, right? So, okay, Z. Number 3. And you print what? Print what? Z, Y, X, X up to what? A you have to print it. Okay, small letters. Then print something like 5, 10, 15, okay, 10, 15, 20, like this goes on up to 100 you have to print. 100 you have to print. Okay, right. Then okay, this is what we have completed, right? Okay, 4 problems I have given, and this is what the basic for loop that we have discussed. Okay, in the next class we understand some more programs, please. Okay.